So guys, we all know about the whole Texas is lifting the mask mandates. They are literally letting people open up their own business. They are letting people basically just basically make their own decisions when it comes to the pandemic, which they should be doing. We should not let the government tell us what the hell we supposed to do. We run the government. We tell them what needs to be done. We tell them what needs to be fixed. Yeah, apparently it feels like some of them don't even listen, which they don't, especially on the side of the left. And so we all know that Texas has, ever since Texas lifted their restrictions, people have been coming out and saying that Texas is killing people. Texas is wrong. Texas is inhumane. And you also had Joe Biden come out and say that the Texas governor is a Neanderthal. So, like I said, let the Democrats, Republicans, it does not matter what party you are. If you are basically looking for the best interest in people and not looking to just plagiarize a audience or uses a audience feelings in order to get you in office, I'm cool with you. It does not matter if you're Democrat or Republican. That's why back when Vernon Jones was a Democrat, I like Vernon Jones. I did, but now he's a Republican. I still like Vernon Jones. But when it comes down to places like Texas is winning. It's been like what, 2 weeks ever since Texas lifted their mandates. People said it was gonna increase tremendously. And it come to find out that Texas has COVID-19 numbers have been decreasing a lot, and now you have Democrat officials, basically Democrat voters saying like, "Yo, these numbers can't be right." Texas is forcing their numbers. Yeah, Texas is not New York. Texas is not. Governor Greg Abbott is not Governor Cuomo of New York City. Why is Governor Cuomo not locked up in jail? I still have no idea why. When he literally lied to the people about the COVID-19 numbers, and then it's like seven or eight women who came out and said yes, Cuomo sexually assaulted me. But rules pretty now for me when it comes to Democrat politicians. Now Matt Gaetz is under investigation, and you have let this media put. I already see let the media trying to push this out like Matt Gaetz is a horrible person, even though Cuomo is still has a lot more ammunition. There's still a lot more ammunition on freaking Cuomo. Now back to the Texas numbers. Texas is doing really good right now. Texas is winning, so good for Texas. They did what was best for the people. They knew that all these lockdowns was not helping out, and apparently some people are more happy now in Texas. So let's go ahead and read this article. Texas COVID numbers decreased 17 days after mask, other restrictions lifted. The U.S. is on track to vaccinate the bulk of the U.S. population by mid-June. Just over 2 weeks after Texas Governor Greg Abbott lifted coronavirus mandates, allowing businesses to operate at 100% capacity and made masks optional, the red state is still reporting decreases in cases and hospitalizations. The governor championed his state's success in a Friday night tweet saying, "Today, Texas recorded the lowest 7-day COVID positivity rate since that data began being calculated, 5.43%, and a lot more." Red states, or states being led by Republicans, they saw how good Texas's numbers are, and now they are following the same thing. Red states abandon mask mandates. Biden says now is not the time to let up. Again, the question: when is it a time to open back up? Because you still have people's businesses being shut down, and the stimulus check ain't helping that much, especially if it's just one stimulus check for like what, every like 6 months. You telling me people still shouldn't be go back to work? You saying people still shouldn't be closed down? People need to go back to work. Let people open up their business. Stop dictating their lives. Yeah. We also recorded the largest daily number of vaccines administered to Texas, 342,849. More Texans getting vaccines will keep down the positivity rate. He said, though adding that receiving the vaccine was always voluntary, which it should be. You shouldn't need a freaking passport in order to fly. I'm sorry. You shouldn't need a vaccine, a COVID-19 passport in order to fly a plane. Like, dude. Apparently, you don't need an ID to vote in some places, but apparently you need a COVID-19 passport in order to fly a plane. Get the fuck out of here. Today, Texas recorded the lowest 7-day positivity rate since that data began being calculated, 5.43%. We also recorded the largest daily number of vaccines administered, 300. I already said that. More Texans get back. Always blah blah blah. Today, Texas reported 2,239 new infections Saturday, roughly 500 fewer cases on the average from the previous week, according to data from the state's health department. Biden slammed Abbott's decision, which was shortly followed by similar mandate removals by Mississippi, as Neanderthal thinking. Well, it seems to be working, Biden. So what? I don't see you saying anything about this. You're saying the people who open back up are stupid or Neanderthals, but it seems like their plans are working. What about New York? What about California? I don't hear nothing out of you guys. We've been able to move that all the way up to the end of May to have enough vaccines for every American. To get every adult American to get a shot, Biden told reporters from the White House earlier this month. The last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking. As states have increased the number of vaccines administered in people's arms, health officials have warned states against their lift protective measures too quickly, as extremely contagious coronavirus variants are on the rise. We've been able to move that all the way up to the end of May to have enough vaccines for every American, to get every adult American to get a shot. Biden told reporters from the White House Wednesday. The last thing we need is Neanderthal thinking. While Texas reported decreased caseloads, the nation reported a 7% increase over the previous week, with an average of about 7,000 new cases per day. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said at a White House press briefing Friday. Arizona Governor Ducey lifts COVID-19 rules after state hits 3 million vaccinations. I remain deeply concerned about this trajectory, Walensky said. We have seen cases at hospital admissions move from historic declines to stagnations and increases. We know from prior surges that if we don't control things now, there's a real potential for the economic curve to soar again. Walensky said the U.S. is vaccinating 2.5 million people a day, with over 140 doses administered so far. A trend that means the bulk of U.S. population could be vaccinated by mid-June if there was no problems when vaccine production and distribution. Please keep wearing your well-fitting mask and take the public health actions now that we know can reverse the concerning trend, the director said. So once again, hold on a second. Do you guys remember that one time when Donald Trump said that there could be over 100 million people vaccinated by May or June, and people say it's not possible, and now Joe Biden is trying to push that same thing, and people say, oh yeah, it's possible. You guys remember that? Well, it looks like Joe Biden is trying once again. He's trying to push over 100 million vaccinations, probably over 200 million by June, and people say he's a hero, even though Trump came up with that first. People say Orange Man bad still. Here and like once again, here we have tech. Once again, it's the early stages. So who knows if it might change? Who knows if it might change or not? Here we have Texas doing what's best for the people, and apparently nobody from the left is talking about it. Nobody's saying like, yo, Texas open up, Texas 100% open up. And now they have less cases, and they have more people going back to work now. So you guys say open up was a bad idea, but Texas just proved y'all wrong. And y'all still have the nerve to praise places like California and New York City. Even though New York City has been #1 ever since the pandemic started. How many times do we honestly, I'm getting tired of saying that myself. How many times do we guys say that, you know, closing everything down was not the best option? You got people evicted, people commit suicide, more suicide last year than ever. But, you know, you still say, oh, it's for the good of people. Stop playing politics with people's lives. Stop playing politics with people's lives. Come on, people. We can't keep doing this. Yeah, mainstream media brainwashing these people. You have these politicians saying, hey, we know what's best for you. You need to listen to us. No. You follow the people's rules. The people who got y'all in office. The people who the taxpayers who make sure y'all government is funded so y'all can keep on creating weapons of mass destruction, which we don't need. Stop sending money to freaking so we can keep on bombing all these foreign countries. Stop doing that. We don't need another war. We don't need another confrontation. Why are some of these people so war hungry? So a bunch of freaking warmongers. We don't need that. You guys need to stop worrying about the woke mob, because the woke mob, it's a joke. The woke mob is a joke. It is. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Cancel culture, the biggest joke of all. Let this media like CNN, MSNBC, they do nothing but race bait people. It's not news. It's freaking a critical race theory. We don't need that. If racism is not supposed to be that important to how other people see you, then why do y'all keep pushing race theories? Y'all the first ones to push this. A lot of people on the left keep on pushing racism, even though they say we should end it. But they use racism for views, and people wonder why we can't stop racism, because they keep on pushing this. There are white people who are racist. There are black people who are racist. There are Hispanics who are racist. There's no ifs, ands, about it. It's not just white people. Stop doing that. This whole COVID-19 thing, open back up. That's the best stimulus of all. Open back up, but don't force people to do something they don't want to do. Because for some people, when a mask is like, it hurts them. Like mentally. Vaccinations, people don't believe in vaccinations. You can't force them to take a vaccine so they can take a freaking airplane. You can't do that. That's forcing people to do something they don't want to do. And you guys talk about corrosion a lot. I'm done here, man. If you like what I'm saying, like and subscribe, share the video. I'll see y'all next one. Peace.